Morning fellow cyclists, welcome to another video. It's a snow day. I thought today we could go through and look at my 2023 videos, which is my favourite, and yeah, just a rundown of the year so far really. So yeah, it really is quite it's quite nice. Today was coincidentally meant to be Richard Lake's gravel ride. I think he cancelled it yesterday. I think he's going to postpone it a week. I should imagine the snow will be gone by then, hopefully anyway. So right, anyway, yeah, so looking back at the year 2023, it all started with this video, which was my Ryle camera strap. I'm gonna have to it's a bit slippery still on the deck. Yeah, this video was fantastic because obviously this was what, 1st of January I think it would have been, and it was I think it was bitterly cold as well. So yeah, that camera strap is absolutely awesome, by the way. I've used it for lots of cameras this year, and I still got it as well, which is fantastic, and it still comes in handy, just not for cycling that much at the moment, but I use it for my Sony A7 and my Sony A7 III, which doesn't get as much use as I want it to, but yeah, that's because the stabilisation is not very good on it, to be fair. I think for me the memorable moments this year have certainly been wide and varied. I think I really did enjoy the Ibiza ride on the Cannondale with the Shimano 105 Di2. That was a lovely ride, and I did enjoy the walk as well around Ibiza. That was a little bit dicey at moments. What you didn't see in that video, if you've seen it of course, was I had to do a bit of rock climbing, which was a bit dicey. Didn't film that bit, but yeah, all memories, safe and sound. All good fun really. But yeah, the bike itself, the Cannondale, was looking back, I was probably a little bit mean on it really. I did like it so much so I'm actually considering a Cannondale for next year's ride, but we'll see. And of course Scotland's played a big part this year for me in riding. I went up to Loch Doon of course and did a little gravel ride on the canyon, and bivvy bagged it as well next to the loch. That was good fun. Lots of midges, little buggers, and of course yeah, commute. It's not had the best track record for me this year either. Around Loch Doon towards the end, I was following a path to get through to a bovey hut, and yeah, commute said go through some big woods. Yeah, it was just impassable. Yeah, that was good fun though. I mean, you look back, like I said in my last video, you do seem to remember the horrible rides at the time as being horrible, but when you look back on them, you look back quite fondly on them as well, whether it be rain, sleet, snow, or just awful awful rides. Coming on from Scotland as well, my second adventure into Scotland was the Joggle, of course, in August. That was a failed attempt, but nevertheless I enjoyed it immensely anyway. What I did do with it, I was extremely pleased and proud of as well. I think yeah, I'm gutted really that I didn't complete it, but there'll be time. I'll go back for the rest of it, and I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine as well. In fact, every time I come back from a ride, I like to go and think, well, how could I do that better? You know, more enjoyable, make it a bit more enjoyable for you guys at home watching this on YouTube as well, and see if I can film anything sort of slightly different for it really. Give you a taste of what the videos and what the rides are like. I've been riding in London quite a lot as well this year. I think I first off went down for the Rafa ride, which was I think that was a day in hell, and I missed the start basically. So yeah, that was good fun because I had a gravel bike, the Canyon, with me riding around London. But I made up for it though, because I ticked off some firsts for me on the bike and riding through London. I went across the big bloody bridge finally. If you've been following my London videos ever at all, but I always seem to end up on the wrong bridge when I cycle through London across the river really, and yeah, it gets me every time. But that ride, I did it, and yeah, I was quite happy with that really. I do enjoy riding in London. I think London is a slightly different ball game when it comes to cycling. You've got to have eyes everywhere, and yeah, it's a different sort of pace to riding out in the countryside and the lanes like now. It's very easy in the lanes like now to be complacent, and before you know it, if you don't take your eye off, well, if you take their eye off the ball, you'll have a car behind you, which is very, very, very likely, to be fair. Whereas in London, you expect that the busyness, the traffic, the buses, the taxis, the pedestrians, and them damn scooters as well to come out of nowhere, and they do, blessed things. But yeah, overall, London, really, really good ride this year. All my London rides this year have been really good. Although I haven't actually managed to get to Richmond this year, so a bit gutted by that, but I'm sure I'll make up for it in the new year. In Lincolnshire, I've been riding quite a lot in the Lincolnshire Wolds as well this year, with some fantastic videos, which you'll see a snippet of now probably. Very, very pleased with all of them. I started to use the Wolds for hill climbing to get into training for the audaxes, of course, for this year, but the Wolds itself is on the doorstep, of course, so absolutely fantastic rides. A couple of struggles on the hill climbs around there, of course, which was really, really good fun. Did enjoy some of them. Done them a couple of times. After I got a taste of them, I wanted to do something a little bit different for the climbing. So then I turned my attention to Great Dun Fell for the first time, and I went up there. Had a bit of a drama getting to the start line of that because of the punctures on the bike, of course. But we made it. Me and the bike got up the hill, and it was certainly worthwhile. I did enjoy that. That was, for me, that was an achievement, getting up to Great Dun Fell top, because it's yeah, I bigged it up in my mind as it was going to be quite a brutal ride. Make sure there's no cars coming. And yeah, it is a horrible climb, but it's a very enjoyable climb as well. So much so, I've been back. Obviously, in the last ride I did, I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. I wanted to do the gravel side of it, so yep, up to Great Dun Fell, and then I promptly turned right onto the bridleway and tried, failed of course, to get through on the bridleway. But yeah, I think the floods this year and the rain and the weather conditions has made the path impassable, and it was impassable. So yeah, that was really good fun though. Do you know, I love that ride. I think for me this year, that's probably one of my top 3 rides, definitely. Back into the Wolds though. Obviously we're not done yet. Coming up the end of this year, Christmas time, we've got the Rafa 500, of course, which is why the hat's there. I've been in preparation for this already. Hoping the snow doesn't stop play, or cold weather, or anything like this, but all being well, Rafa 500 for me is going to be mainly done in the Lincolnshire Wolds, and that's going to be a mixture of hopefully road cycling, hopefully, and some gravel as well. Plenty of opportunity there around the Christmas festive period, and hopefully get that 500 done for Rafa, of course. So yeah, I look forward to that. Watch this space for the videos coming up later on this year. Speaking of Lincolnshire, I've done a ride with Lincolnshire Cycle Tours again this year. Little cafe. In fact, I've done a couple actually. Yeah, I think I have actually. Brilliant rides. They're an absolutely brilliant lot. I love riding with them guys. They're quite characters in their own sense. And some of them are really, really, really quite keen cyclists. Like Mark, for instance, very good audaxer. Knows his way around an audax, no problem at all. And when we did the audax, of course, the poor bloke had a bit of he fell a bit ill. So, but he did it. I can't believe it. I mean, normally, you know, any sort of sign of illness, you'd scratch, of course. But yeah, he managed to do it lovely. And I think he was quite chuffed that he did it in the allocated time. But then again, secretly, I think that's what he was planning anyway, to do it in the allocated time. That's what audaxers do, you see. They don't race around to be the first to win, or finish line, or get to the cafe stop first. They're given an allocated time, they stick to it. Now, of course, it wouldn't be right to mention Lincolnshire Cycle Tours and not mention Paul Spence. We were riding towards Wickenby Airfield, and the poor bloke got a flat tyre at the side of the road. I think they just cut the hedges at the same time, so he caught a thorn in one of his tubes. Without any bother at all, straight over, pulled his tyre glider out, whipped the tyre off, out comes the tube, back in, bish bash bosh, done. He made it look so easy as well, so Yeah, we could all learn a lesson from Paul. When I use my tight glider, yeah, it is granted quicker, but I'm not as quick as him. Some real characters this year as well for riding. First time meeting ride with Roy and his mate Bruce, of course, on the audax.
Should have gone up there, Tom.
Oh, right. See?
Don't follow me.
Yeah, Roy's took us already a few moments into the ride. I knew it was legendary, but I didn't know it was that quick.
All I can say is Ride with Roy did not disappoint. His navigational skills are legendary on his videos. And yeah, lo and behold, yep, he got us lost. Only a little bit though. Wasn't really his fault, but yeah, it was very good fun. I enjoyed that audax immensely. Of course, for the audax I needed a bike, of course, so I went shopping for a nice cheap audax bike. And yeah, stepped forward the Vitus Razor. A little bit more weight than it was specified on the spec sheet, but nonetheless though, it's still an exceptionally good bike. And touch wood, so far I've not had much bother with it. I've had I'm gonna tempt fate here, I've had less punctures on that than I have on any of my other bikes, which reminds me I did have a double blowout about 2 miles that way on the Carbon Planet X with carbon rims, of course. Yeah, and I had to walk this back and I was grumbling as well. But then again, I was walking in cleats, not in walking boots, so there is that. And on to the gravel rides, of course. I love my Canyon, of course, but really the best bike I own for, it's not even a gravel bike, it's the Giant, of course, which I bought real cheap. And yeah, it only takes what, up to 35C tyres on there, gravel tyres at that, so they're not the best in the world, but it's the most fun I've ever had. And to be fair, I've not had many problems with that one. Granted, I've had a flat or two, but not as much as the Canyon. So for me, yeah, I think the Giant is probably my best bike when it comes to knocking around sort of speed. And where it really excels, I mean, I've had a couple of rides this year at the Giant's cross-country course. Brilliant fun there, and I filmed quite a lot of videos there as well, especially for the Wahoo element as well, which I'm wearing right now. That one's exceptional. And of course I go up to Willingham Woods, and of course the downhill section, which is brilliant. Yeah, some really good videos there actually, and I'll show you some shots now, of course, of that little escapade. Other videos I've done this year has been with the Hover Air X1, of course, the drone. And this is normally my stomping ground for the tests, what I did on them videos. A little bit different today, of course. I've actually got it with me, so I might get it up in a minute as well. So, but yeah, they were really good fun videos to film. I think it's a wonderful little device, don't get me wrong, I like it. Could be a little bit better, but for what it is, the convenience is definitely there, especially for cycling. And I know Richard Lake's got one of these as well, so well, I think it's helped some people. Of course, the gadgets I've had this year, I've had quite a lot of cameras. My latest one is the DJI Pocket 3, of course, which is what I'm filming with right now. Brilliant camera. I've got a new camera coming as well, another gadget I can't resist. This time I'm going to go for well, it's going to be the it's the Insta360 yeah, camera basically, where it does the 360 degree blah blah blah. I used to have one of these. I used to have the Insta360 1X years ago when I first started, before I started filming riding properly like I do now for the last couple of years, and that was good fun, but I couldn't really get the knack of it. But I'm told that the software is much improved, so I'll give it a bash again. Watch them soon. I think that'll be around the that should be around the Rafa 500 videos, I think, around Christmas time. So yeah, hopefully something a little bit different. With so many rides and a lot of different variety this year, the ones that stand out really are Ruler Live. I met quite a lot of characters there. I met finally Amy Cycle Adventures briefly, lovely girl, and Carl, of course, so that was good fun. And yeah, a lot of other cycling celebrities there as well. They were good fun. And the week before Ruler Live, they always come in blocks, don't they, like buses. I went to Cumbria once more and watched the Struggle, the hill climb event, and it was just the best thing in the world. I've never experienced anything like it ever, and yeah, that video for me is pretty special. I film these videos for various reasons, but really it's mainly so I can look back and see my journey. So many years to come, when I'm a little bit and a little bit less fitness, I can watch my videos and see all these wonderful places I actually ride. And I do ride in some wonderful places. I want to be fair not to miss out some of the best riding in the Peak District as well. The Monsall Trail, of course, was especially one of the highlights this year. That was a beautiful rail trail. And going on from that one as well, we've got the Tissington Trail as well. That was exceptionally good. And walking wise in the peaks, I did a few walking videos there as well, which was great. I've done some more walking videos in Lincolnshire Wolds at the start of the year, of course. They were absolutely awesome as well. So there we go, that's my year in cycling so far. I've missed out loads, I know I have. Every ride's been special. The night ones, to the gravel ones, to the horrible ones, to the hot ones. All the people I've met, fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed watching this year, and I'm hoping that next year is going to be equally as good, if not better. If you like what you see, please do drop me a like. Don't forget to hit the subscription bell as well. And I'll see you in the next videos. Bye bye.